Hey guys, hope you're all doing great and finding a lot of success in life. Today, I thought I'd make a video about keybinds and how spending a little time customizing them can help improve your overall gaming experience, quality of life, and all that jazz. So to start off, we're going to go into options here and click on customize keybinds and do a little run through. A lot of things here are default until we get down to secondary fire. And this is where I want to mention I have an MMO gaming mouse. There's 12 buttons on the side, like 17 buttons total. And all the side buttons are bound to the numpad keys on my keyboard. So to fire my secondary fire on weapons and whatnot, that is numpad 8. Toggle crouch is numpad 4. I have two hold to crouch keys, which is C and Q. I'll explain that later. Sprint roll is numpad 9. This lets you boost on your Arcwing and your railjack because regular shift makes you move down when you're in Arcwing or your railjack. Next we got numpad 7 is roll. This lets me roll a lot easier in my Warframe or my operator. To use things or interact with stuff, I use E. Melee attack, I use V. And mouse wheel up when my thumb gets tired. Melee heavy attack is 2. Mouse wheel down, same story. Fingers can get tired of that. It's just nice to have it on the scroll wheel. To switch weapons, I use 1. To open the gear wheel across other games and stuff, I normally use control, so here I also use control. I highly recommend having the gear wheel available to you through a keybind like this. My Warframe abilities go as follows: F3, 4, 5. Focus and transference, or your operator form. I like to use X, but I also have numpad 5. The reason being, and I'll showcase it here, it's just a little nicer to dash backwards and then through yourself, especially if you're using a focus school like Vazarin, where you can heal yourself by dashing through yourself for other people and give yourself that little immunity. That's where that originated from. Moving on along though, to place a marker, I got T for target. H, I never hit this key to reverse the camera. It's really jarring. I should honestly unbind it. And here's another huge quality of life thing that I highly recommend people start doing if they don't already. Is key binding your gear wheel. So from memory, I'll just list what each of these does. For numpad 1, it'll equip my scanner. For numpad 2, it will drop down an energy pizza. Numpad 3 is a health pizza. Numpad 6 is my Arcwing. Numpad plus is my trank rifle. So the reason trank rifle, and over here numpad 0, the plasma drill, this is nice because you got those annoying enemies shooting at you. You want to return fire and get back to what you were doing. It's just nicer to equip things a lot faster with the keybind. K drive is numpad minus. Arc gun is 6. K is for the Samaris traps you put down to capture those scanner targets, hold them in place and scan them. It's really nice to have a keybind for that. If you ever do railjack, I highly recommend a keybind for the Omni tool. It'll let you whip it out faster to extinguish fires, plug up holes on the ship, or teleport back to the ship if you get that perk unlocked. Mouse button to the right is the same story with, as the trank rifle and plasma drill. This does my fishing pole or fishing spear, and numpad 5 and J just puts my glyph on the ground. Everything else is pretty much default. You got the map, mission progress, and hold tab to look at the stats. But yeah, moving on along though, I want to also go over movement and how my keybinds apply to better ergonomics while doing so, moving around. So, to start off, everybody knows how to walk or run. Everyone knows how to sprint, jump, double jump, bullet jump. And here's one that I feel like people really sleep on is rolling. Rolling is huge for numerous reasons. One being when you're rolling and you're in the rolling in animation, you take 75% reduced damage. I feel like a lot of people don't know that. I just learned that recently. You can check the wiki, and yeah, when you're rolling, 75% reduced damage while in the rolling animation. Another big reason rolling is huge is impact landing. Impact landing is really lame. You get stuck in an animation if you do an impact landing. Same thing if you get knocked back, you're stuck in an animation. And animations like that, well, I have handspring on, that's why I recover so fast. But regularly, you're stuck in a really long animation when you do stuff like that. So how rolling is really helpful for stuff like the impact landing is just before you hit the ground, you can roll. And you'll save your momentum, you'll still be on the move, and you won't be stuck in that animation. Another cool thing to avoid that is aim gliding. Aim gliding, you just aim, and it'll slow down your fall. You won't suffer an impact landing, which is it's kind of just a big hindrance to your overall momentum of your gameplay. It's really annoying. The only time you really want to slam on the ground is maybe if you're doing like a melee attack. Because if you do a melee attack, you're knocking people back, and they're kind of staggered from the damage, instead of landing in a group of people, sitting in that animation, and then getting lasered by literally everyone and dying. So that's why rolling is good, and also I showcased aim gliding. Aim gliding is really cool. Again, all you gotta do is hold the right click, and it'll keep you in the air longer. You can travel longer distances, you can shoot your guns with more precision. It really helps you kind of maneuver around while in the air. But yeah, that's really fun stuff. More advanced things here. So everyone probably already does this. You know, they jump and then bullet jump. But here's like a scenario where it's like really useful. So a big example would be like the void missions. You know that one map where there's like a elevator here and there's that ledge, and you're always like trying to bullet jump up there, and you always kind of miss it. I normally get it if I just jump and then bullet jump. It gives me a little extra distance on my jumps. It's just a good habit to do before you bullet jump. Make sure you're always jumping first, one time, instead of just bullet jumping from the get-go. I mean, yeah, this helps you get around really fast, but I feel like you get more control and more direction if you jump first. Same thing with adding roll on to the end of this whole process. You can jump, roll, and then say there's like a door here you didn't want to miss. Bam. Instead of like landing and having to reposition yourself, you just keep on going with roll. Fix any like little movement mistakes just by rolling. And it looks cool. Another cool thing you do with roll is if you overshoot with your bullet jump, you can kind of stop yourself halfway by back rolling midair. Another thing I want to mention is the directional control with bullet jumping. So say I'm running this way, I jump, I can instantly turn around just by bullet jumping. I can go any direction I want with bullet jumping. Just a cool little thing to keep in mind. Also want to showcase one more thing here with aim gliding, kinda, is wall latching. Wall latching is cool. You can stick to a wall like Spider-Man. It will reset your jumps. So say I want to go over here, I use my bullet jump, I wall latch, now I can jump and bullet jump again, and glide over here. This can keep you off the ground if you don't like being on the ground. You can also only wall latch for a certain amount of time before you lose energy and kind of fall off. So yeah, wall latching, not very useful, but you might have a ribbon challenge for it. It's just a cool thing to know that you can do. Another thing, sliding. So the reason I have Q and C for hold to crouch is so I can slide in any direction or bullet jump easier. So in terms of the C for sliding or crouching, I can go this way and crouch, I can go this way, crouch slide, I can go this way and crouch slide, and I can go this way and crouch slide. I just thought it'd be cool to be able to crouch slide and be able to shoot in any direction. You know, maybe I want to get behind cover and do a cool little slide. I don't actually normally do this while killing things, you know, committing mass genocide in Warframe, destroying all the alien communities across the solar system. I'm normally either you know, just meleeing and sliding around. But if I ever did want to slide behind cover, I could do that now. And I like to have that in other games too. Like if I was playing Apex Legends, you obviously want to know how to slide everywhere because that's a huge momentum mechanic. So I try to keep my keybinds kind of the same between games, in case I like to switch up my games a lot. It won't be so unfamiliar or alien when I come back. The reason for Q for crouch is it's a nice roll of the fingers to do slide attacks. So this is Q plus V, which is my melee. A lot of people crouch with control, but like my pinky isn't that amazing even after playing some guitar growing up. So I really like Q. This is also really nice for spacebar, Q spacebar, which is jump, bullet jump. It's just nice to it feels good. Again, I don't get the whole pinky thing. Kind of feels weird. This feels a lot more ergonomic to me. Just using Q in general for sliding around is nice. I like to alternate between the two. They're two really easy keybinds to hit, Q and C. So that's why I have crouch for those two keybinds. And for toggle crouch on the numpad 4, it keeps you crouched, but mainly I use that for operator form. It keeps me in the invisibility or invulnerability void mode. And this is really nice. Here's a cool scenario I came up with. So imagine you're like cooking a Hot Pocket, or you want to go put a Hot Pocket in the microwave, but you're doing a Hydron or something. Well, you can pseudo pause the game by going into void mode, running upstairs or wherever your microwave is, grab that Hot Pocket, and get back before you even leave the void mode. So that's why I got toggle crouch. It's really nice, especially if you're doing eidolons or something and you don't want to hold the crouch keys. You can use this toggle crouch keybind and stay in void mode while the eidolon's doing like that magnetic wave or something. So that's why I got 3 crouch keybinds. Moving on to the combat though, yeah, we got V for melee, and again 2 for the heavy attack. You don't get as much directional control with 2, but I play World of Warcraft and spam 2 a lot while moving with the mouse, so this kind of feels the same to me. I couldn't really find a good keybind for heavy attack other than mouse wheel down, but I feel like using the mouse wheel as a dedicated button to do melee just didn't feel as good, so that's why I got 2. Also, it's really nice for those heavy slam attacks. Alright, before wrapping up the video here, I just want to talk about the operator mode. I feel like a lot of people, especially newer or intermediate players, kind of sleep on the operator a little bit. So as you can see, you can kind of launch out of your Warframe just by going to operator mode. There's a crap ton of utility with the operator. You can go invisible and take no damage. You can void dash, which is the main reason I really like the operator. So if you look at bottom right, that little circle filling up, that's my energy for operator void mode. This is void mode going invisible. And this is also energy you use to dash. So instead of bullet jumping and rolling and aim gliding across the map, you can cover way more distance and have way more control when you're in the air just by void dashing. And it's a lot faster. Another cool thing with void dashing is if you just spam spacebar, sure, you can go pretty fast. But I find if you practice a little bit and get the timing down, ooh, voice crack. If you get the timing down, you can really start to zoom. I had a little hiccup there, but you get the idea. So if you spend a little bit of time practicing hitting that sweet spot in between your dashes, you can minimize the delay and really start to zoom. I've been playing some other games lately, so I'm not like a master at it right now, but I think you get the idea. But yeah, operator mode is dope. Once you get some arcanes and start leveling up some focus schools, your Warframe and operator combat will start to become like one whole thing instead of just sitting in your Warframe the whole time. But yeah, moral of the story is use your operator more, especially to get around. I mean, I'm freaking zooming compared to maybe zooming around with Gauss. You're even faster in operator mode. Anyway, that concludes the video. I hope it wasn't too long for you guys and helped give you ideas on how to organize some new keybinds, or maybe brought to your attention some cool tips and tricks in regards to playing the game. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know if you got anything useful out of this video, or if you have any ideas for future content or things I can improve on. Definitely leave a like. Let me know if I did a good job or not, or perhaps a dislike if I didn't. Furthermore, I hope you're all having a good life and finding success while in pursuit of your dreams and aspirations. Be kind to those around you, and take care.